Sure. All right. Welcome, everybody, to our second week of post-competition recap. We're going to be talking to our second place winners today. But
Yeah.
first, we have a few announcements. What would you consider that?
Just updates on people and stuff.
It's good enough.
I should mute the stream so I don't hear ourselves in stereo. That'd be a thing.
Excellent idea.
Yeah. But yeah, so just updates. I did mention it on the Merge Masters Discord, but the prizes will be a little bit delayed. The solenoids are stuck in customs. They have been for a while, for about a little bit over 2 weeks now. And the patch people are not very helpful. I think is the nicest way to put it.
If anybody has patch recommendations, we're all ears mostly.
They have our money. We got to go with these people.
Dang it.
Yeah, but we're gonna get them. I'll keep everyone up to date. And we do apologize for that delay, but it will get to you guys, so no worries there. Yeah, but yeah, how you been? I know it's been about 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah,
2
about
weeks,
as
yeah.
usual. I've been getting a roof on the house. We currently have shingles sitting on the roof, not quite on, because we had a few issues with we had the siding and soffit, or not siding, the fascia and soffit redone, and they did everything and did a terrible job, so they had to do it all over again, and
Oof.
so we did not have everything done before the 4th, so now maybe we'll see if we get it done tomorrow or the next day, hopefully, so a little bit of stress going on with that.
Yeah, well, not too bad.
How about on your end besides custom stuff?
Neighbor's house caught on fire on the 4th. That was fun.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Not that much excitement around here, apparently. Okay.
Yeah.
We actually only heard one siren all night. It was wild.
Really? Remember, folks, fireworks safety. And also, if you live in a place where it's a $15,000 fine and 3 years jail time to set off fireworks, maybe don't set off fireworks.
Yeah, man, we had nothing but... Oh, it's back. Oh, crap.
It's back.
Here. Go away.
Okay, wait, it's gone. Okay, cool.
It this time.
Yeah.
There. Here. Anyway. Yeah, no, his aerial stuff all over the place. Just madness.
Yeah.
Just all over the place here. We had people setting up in the middle of the road, like we're driving along. Just people setting up their fireworks in the middle, just in the road, and then giving you a dirty look when you drive through it.
Yeah, how dare you get in my fireworks road? Yeah.
I don't know. It's
what it is. Oh,
it's over.
Wow,
Oh gosh, what happened?
What's happening?
I feel sick. Oh no.
Feel so well. All right,
Okay,
we're good.
yeah,
You're solid.
Everything's great.
Yeah, everything's fine. Well, shall we drag people in?
All right. Yes, let's get them in here. We got
do
2
that thing.
out of 3 anyway, right?
Yeah. If Twisted shows up, Twisted, you're out there. Feel free to jump in. But we'll roll with Alec and Clowny until Twisted shows up. So here we go. Hello.
All right. Good evening and good morning, respectively.
Hello.
Hello.
That is a much cleaner audio.
Yeah, I mean, you got a little bit. Yep, I'm gonna turn you up just a tiny bit, but you're good. Yeah, how you two doing?
Yeah,
All right.
Fine.
Cool.
Well, good enough.
Yes.
Any particular excitement on your end? Alec, you probably didn't have nearly as many fireworks going on as the rest of us.
Well, no. For me, for you, it was Independence Day. For me, it was Friday.
You mean
Well,
you don't
that's enough reason to celebrate.
you don't celebrate another country's Independence Day? How dare you, good sir?
That's not very American.
No, I hardly celebrate Swedish Independence Day. I'm more for celebrating Norway's.
Fair. Sweden has an Independence Day?
Well, National Day, or what it's called in the English.
Sweden.
Basically, Norway and Finland celebrates their independence from Sweden
Uh,
instead.
oh, so you
It's
you
like
you guys were the
backwards.
bad guys. So we,
Yeah, we in Denmark.
yeah. Okay. Okay.
Basically, Nordic history has been Sweden and Denmark for hundreds of years arguing about everything around us.
Hmm. Fun. And that was so.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then the national day is June 6th. I just had to look that up. So that was a month ago.
Yeah,
Hmm. Fascinating.
Well,
Yeah.
it's informative.
Yeah. Hey, look, we learned something.
Just educational
Yeah.
enough.
Just educational enough. Trademark. Mine. But yeah, so kind of getting into it. Let me jump over here so we could just straight. Let me hang on. You guys don't want to see that. We'll go here.
Oh.
We'll go here. I'm doing some background button clicking.
pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Exactly. So we go over here,
Yeah. All right.
and let's see. I'll have both these easy to get to. Perfect. Um, But yeah, so I'll start. We'll just kind of, this is if you guys watched last time, we're just we want to go on the journey with you of how you started, thought process, and everything. So, starting from the picture, the very first picture, did you know what you were going to make with these blasters, or
Kinda. Um, I didn't have I didn't got the idea of the shroud covering or cylinder cover yet,
Mm.
but
That's good to me.
my goal was always something kinda old school cyberpunky hand cannon wise. And as I said before, the flare, the Fortnite flare has such a nice handle for something so bland, basically a mega jolt.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
And well, dropout cylinder and rear loading and all that stuff, but not exactly the sides and the front was formed really at this point.
Okay.
So
So
yeah, kind
yeah.
of the basic silhouette down, but not the details and some of the finer little uh,
Yeah,
bonus features, I guess. Right on.
Yeah.
yeah.
How about you, Cloudy? Did you have the vision? Was the vision there, or
Yeah, kinda like I was more on design with doing a part swap of it instead. Kinda like changing out the internals to get the product that
Hmm.
function ish the way it does. But I don't fight them anymore. It's not a point to do so.
Just let it happen.
Don't fight the
Yeah,
voices.
yeah. You just if it wants to do whatever it wants to do, you just let it do it.
Well, it
yeah,
came out all right.
definitely came out
Not
great.
bad. Like it's enough.
You mean not bad?
Oh. Still
It's
pretty
just like,
cool. Definitely very I don't know, unexpected. Like it's not nothing about it is kind of what you would say like textbook integration type as far as what you built off of and what you added into it. Nothing's really just very off book. Just kind of doing your clowny thing, which is great. That's
Well, if I had more of the proper tools, it'd probably look more like an actual what it was supposed to. But
I mean, yeah, it
so.
looks it.
What was your original intention besides just swapping internals from something to something else? If what
plunger swap was the biggest thing that had to what changed out. The barrel sinks lower in it than it's supposed to than I thought it did.
ah
So I wanted a bigger plunger in the thing.
hmm.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. So you wanted like was that did you for to what end? Was it like you wanted to have it have some oomph to it, or
Yeah,
yeah,
I've done quite a few of those. Uh, I don't know, bolt action slide pistols like that with handle
Yeah.
swaps, and they always, it started with like the Motorhead one was the first one I did, and they always turn out cool looking, but they never have any power to them because the internals are they're designed to fail
yeah,
at that aspect of Busby's
mm,
evolution. So I the whole thing was to swap the plunger tube out in order to get more juice out of it, but it turned out to be more of a nightmare than I was willing to get into at the time.
fair.
I
fair.
have a bunch of them laying behind me. I plan on trying it again.
Nice.
So maybe I'll be able to get one to work the way I want to. Uh,
Yeah, I believe in you. You could definitely. Yeah, I mean it does work. That's the thing is I know both of you had a little bit of trouble with some like mechanical components. I know Alec had like that drop cylinder was just
Yeah,
in
the nose kept cracking a little
in the
bit.
plunger tube alignment.
Yeah,
So
and uh, well, the hard part was the rotation mechanism, huh? Or
mm,
the
Mm.
steer that activates the rotation mechanism.
oh, I'm
Um,
doing I'm doing a bunch of uh, hand cannons right now, as it is revolvers, and those rotation mechanisms have been
Mm.
oh,
the bane of my existence for
yeah,
like the last 4 builds.
yeah. Oh no, no.
yeah.
Rotation mechs are nightmare-ish. Have you messed with rotation mechs before, Alec, or was that a?
No, I mostly tend to mod flywheelers, so it was kind of a challenge for me to make something out of my comfort zone,
Mm.
mechanism wise. And well, second place is kind of good.
Oh yeah. Oh, second place is great. I mean, you guys both did like phenomenal, and just it's everyone made pieces of art here, and it's just like there's the whole second place contenders. It's very interesting. You both had very awesome paint jobs. I mean, we had awesome paint jobs for a lot of the other things, but I'm seeing like all the there's just like unique weathering, unique different things. I know, Alec, you had your wife paint the scale grip, which is just so good. Love that thing.
Yeah, the scales and basically all those drop details on the side.
Hmm.
Uh, I did. I painted the base coats, and she went full hog on her
Hmm.
art pens.
Yeah, I'm still shocked. It's just art pens. Like that's just so good.
Pens
Cool.
are really cool to just get lines and stuff.
Fair.
Honestly, like everybody should own and learn how to work with some of those paint pens at some point.
You mean I can't just take a roller brush and a bucket of paint and be amazing?
Nah, I just dunk it.
Oh, why did
Like
I
at
lose?
very least,
Don't you
at
know that?
very least, the silver one is perfect for doing like edging work on the things. Like it's one of
Hmm.
those things you find in everybody's kit that has a gun that does Gundam.
It's no mobile suit. It's a Gundam. Damn. Okay. Okay. Learning
Is
things.
that not
Learning
the proper
things.
term? Did I do? Did I say a racism or something?
Oh no. So that's
With
it's dude. That's from the okay. I'm showing my age here. That's the old Toonami, kind of like commercial ad break thing. they were just when they were showing it on TV, it was just like there's the clip from Gundam Wing of that's not a mobile suit, it's a Gundam, and then he screams and blows up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tom.
Tom.
It's a reference.
All traumatized by Tom. Just up and died on us like one morning.
Yeah, he's like, okay, bye, and then he came back 15 years later, something like that. It's just like, ugh, can't do this to me, Tom. But yeah, no, it's
We can pop back to rotation mechs for a minute, just briefly. Just for those who are not familiar with the strong arm rotation mechanism and the hammer shot rotation mechanism, they both rotate, but they operate totally differently. The hammer shot rotation mechanism rotates when you prime the blaster, and the strong arm rotation mech rotates after you fire. So it fires, and that activates the rotation, so that basically as soon as the dart leaves the barrel, the cylinder rotates. And so to take the two mechanisms and marry them together is a much better, much larger feat than just, going from 5 shots to 6, or just, changing, where the plunger tube meets up with the cylinder. It's much more of a mechanical feat of engineering. So I just want to make sure that we're not just glancing over rotation mechs and saying, yeah, they're complex, and keep going. They're, trying to tie.
But the hammer shots mechanism, as you said, activates on prime, but the part that activates is always, no matter if it's the strong arm or the hammer shot, is the rear part of the sear. So by merging them halfway, you convert the sear for the. My wife is making silly faces and gesturing because I'm speaking with my hands. So she's distracting me right now.
Yeah, they do that.
So
It is your job.
by putting the front of the strong arm sear on the back of the hammer shot sear, you convert the strong arm mechanism to be reacting on prime instead of on trigger pull.
okay. Interesting.
The
I think the
tough part
mechanicals
was
of something like that are lost on a lot of people because they just
Yeah.
like. I do appreciate the whole vlog build thing in order to see what it is, but I feel a lot of people like me included, unfortunately, just kind of like, oh yeah, scroll. I got more done, and all right, now I gotta get off here and go get some coffee. You know?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it gives you a glimpse into it, but they don't fully understand the pain and suffering, which is
Until you actually do it.
yeah. Which, I mean, that was gonna
Yeah.
kind of go into which, I mean, you touched on it a bit, Alec, but was there things that you haven't done before that you did with this project?
Besides trying to optimize and I'm trying to find the English word. Plug all the leaks.
Yep.
Is the best I can find just now.
Air seal. Yeah.
Yeah. Because one of the pictures I showed that the strong arm dart tooth was about 1 millimeter over the cylinder. No, the 6XSH air restrictor dart. I think it's lower in the list.
Lower.
It was a tiny just exactly over being activated by the cylinder as it was.
Ah.
And that meant I had to cut off the head of the plunger from the strong arm and merge that with the back end of the plunger tube from the 6SH or the hammer shot.
Oof.
Uh,
Well, that was
so
right
I
there, right?
was a
You're talking
few
about paint.
millimeters from just being able to throw a new cylinder, another blaster cylinder, and get it to work. But yeah,
Hmm. Damn.
Yeah,
I
there
didn't.
were
I didn't
pucker up
realize you did
moments for
surgery on
doing
that.
that.
Yeah, and that was pretty late in the game when you discovered that, right? It seems like you're kind of doing your
yeah,
final fitting of stuff, and then realized, oh, this isn't working so hot, and had to make some kind of
Yeah.
major adjustments last minute.
Yeah, I just found it. Yeah, that was
yeah.
like.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was like way down. Yeah.
Uh,
Oof. That's Yeah, but you're able to fix. I mean, yeah, that's crazy. I mean, it's right. The picture's right there, but this is kind of what William Clowney was saying. It's like you don't realize. I completely glanced over the fact that you did surgery on a plunger tube, which is nightmarish in itself, and then you have to get that all aligned and everything. Oh,
Yeah,
that's good. Good.
and when I adhered, merged the strong arm cylinder mech and the part of the internal tray from the strong arm with the tray from the hammer shot, I had to use the shell just to glue them together so they were aligned correctly.
Oof.
So there were several moments I was praying,
Yeah.
please don't glue the shells together now, don't. So I can't open it up.
Yeah.
uh,
So
Uh,
uh, I
I
learned a
used
lot about the.
Hmm?
But
a trick for that. Sorry to jut in like that. LA is a little rough, as internet is.
hmm.
A trick for that I've found has been literally either just throwing some masking tape or like cheap tape on one side, or kind of like once you've got everything glued, just putting some powder, like baby powder or shavings or something,
hmm.
on the other side, on the two sides. That way, when you clam it together, the powder bumps up against each other, and it if it sticks, you can still kind of pop it loose.
yeah, I was just going to say that the solution I came up with was so cheap duct tape that it's unusable for anything other than sticking to itself,
Hmm.
and very thin masking tape.
Yeah.
Huh.
So,
Conversion engineering. It's the usually the best ideas. It's just multiple people come up with, which is great. Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah.
No, it's good. But yeah, so Cloudy, what about you? Was there something you did for the first time on your on the trench rat?
Is there anything left that you haven't already done before?
Um, I used silicone tip tools for the first time, and realized that if you buy ones from Timu, their heads fall off
Yeah.
like French aristocrats.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's something I probably should have spent some money on, because you can't exactly glue them back into place.
No, silicon.
Yeah, not if a material is supposed to help you deal with things that are gluey without sticking. Yeah, that's kind of the weird irony of that.
Yeah, it's somebody at a Remco needs to come up with a solution for that stuff.
Hmm.
Like they can stick non-stick to pans. I mean, why can't we can't get a non-stick silicone to stick to the wood?
And so was the silicone tip, is that for like molding putty and stuff like that? Is that what you used them for?
Yeah, they're just
Okay.
putty molders.
Mm.
Like, things to get in there where your fingers can't and get sculpting shapes and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, for resin stuff, I use silicone makeup brushes because I was able to buy a giant pack of it, and yeah, luckily those. I mean, they fall off eventually, but it's usually like a few. You got a good few uses out of them before they fall off, but all of them are just a bit flimsy, for lack of a better
I'm
word.
gonna
Yeah,
have to dig some of them up.
yeah.
The other usage was UV resin.
Mm.
I
Yeah,
purchased
for
some
your
of that
little
because my
details.
niece was talking about it, and I decided I paid for it, and somehow I managed to order 2 tubes of it, so I had better use it before the expiration date.
Mm.
Nice.
Yeah, that turned out like the silicon resin stuff turned out really good. Like you just made like the
You know,
bolts and
UV
stuff
light are own weakness.
outside. Ugh.
Yeah,
Oh, you can
true.
buy outside in a battery-powered tube nowadays, so
Yeah.
that
How
almost
convenient.
sounds bad.
In the YouTube chat, Blastard Arms says that silicone glue sticks silicone to other stuff. Loctite makes a good one. So
Mm.
there's still hope for your little silicone brushy push around sticks if you haven't already
Silicone
tossed them.
glue.
Or will the
How do you
silicone
make
glue cost more than a set of
Yeah, the set of
new
brushes.
ones?
Think possibility, but it is an option.
Especially Temu. The notorious bought a couch off Temu and it's 2 inches big. Yeah, so you've done the ABS molding before. You did all the. Yeah, so that's all kind of in your wheelhouse, and obviously the paintings in
Yeah,
your
it's
wheelhouse.
just all old stuff, bending, heating plastic, chopping up stuff and sticking it where it, sticking it in different spots.
Deftly handled.
Yeah, no, it's good stuff. Yeah, and then would you use the silicon or the resin again, the UV resin again, or was that like
Yeah, I
okay.
would definitely use it for stuff again. I did find out that, because I'm somewhere between a mix of cheap and lazy, that probably more one than the other at any given point. I figured out that the quick putty does not make for a good permanent mold. So you're like silicone casting will be the next thing in my foray into doing parts, which was supposed to be inexpensively, but now is turning out to be quite expensively.
Yeah. You gotta make
There
sure.
is a two-part clay you can mix that you can use as a silicone mold. It's kind of well used in miniature making when you don't want to pay certain miniature manufacturers $20 extra for a new head for your mini when the other one has the escaped to Narnia along with all
Yeah,
the other Nerf darts.
yeah, the plastic, whatever plastic certain companies use is rather expensive, fancy plastic at that point.
That's the crack.
Yeah. As an old Warhammer 40K player, I completely understand that.
My approach to using that stuff is the same approach that I used when I used to play Magic.
Ooh.
Whatever people left behind on the table was what I decided I was going to use.
Yeah, exactly.
So, on a side note, my Magic the Gathering decks were just as strange as some of my builds.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's brings out some ingenuity, you know. It's necessity. Like,
Free is a good motivator.
yeah, 100%, 100%.
Low,
that on
low
luck.
funds are the growing ground for ingenuity. He was able to build this in a shed with about some scratch.
Exactly.
I'm gonna throw some badgers.
Yeah. So, have you either of you been able to use this in any game setting or anything like that?
No. I'm at a point I couldn't stand watching this revolver on the shelf anymore, so I sold it to my mother.
Fair, fair.
It,
Mine is a rightful.
Hmm?
Well,
What was that, Clowny?
mine is also a rightful object for collecting dust.
Ah, fair, fair. Oh, good.
Probably destined for the sales block here rather shortly.
Well,
As that
stay tuned,
creation is.
everybody.
Oh, you guys can understand that creating stuff ends up with piles of stuff. And
Yeah.
you already have piles of stuff because you've hoarded stuff, create stuff. And at some point, the piles have to go away,
Mm-hmm.
no matter how pretty and shiny they are before or after. So, like, there's going
Yep.
to come down to Clowny Mart and buy a bunch of crap I make. You know,
Come on down.
insert creepy clown laugh here.
laptop blaster.
Slaps blaster. You can fit so many darts in this. Yeah, no, it's
The
yeah.
Magnum Super Drum. We know that.
So, is there anything that you learned? Well, I mean, we know that you've tried some new things during these builds, but what have you learned? Did you walk away more knowledgeable? You know, did you have any part of your experience that you gained knowledge from, or something like that during this build?
A new intense hatred of brass again.
That's too bad. That was a beautiful breach.
I learned that I still don't have a cut safe glove.
Fair.
You still got all your fingers?
I think we should. I think everybody knows about iPro now, and we should maybe push to get the cut safe glove, the next iPro, at this point.
Fair, fair.
But I can see through cut-proof glove.
Wait, you can see through your hand?
Oh, but I pro.
True. Yeah, oh yeah, the
I think they do two different
old
things.
excuse is on like Nerf Revolution and Nerf Haven. I can't see through the iPro, so I'm not gonna wear it. And then the token response
with
of, you know
flashbacks.
what else you can't see through? Not having an eye.
Yeah. I'm just
Those were the
getting
days where
COVID
they-
flashbacks on the Karens with holes cut in the face mask because I can't breathe with this.
I used to Nerf with an old school Iron Man mask on, and that thing was impossible to breathe through. It's probably one of the reasons I have an oxygen hose nowadays. Just trying to pull air through that little slot.
It's efficient.
I don't know how Tony Stark does it.
Built-in air conditioning, microcompressors, unobtainium, other buzzwords, thermodynamics.
Titanium.
Sure.
Yeah, no, it's Yeah, I mean, yeah. So cut safe is the next thing to put into the hobby. Hey, don't cut your hand off. They make some really cool cut safe gloves. Actually, there's like a chainmail one that's like really thin chainmail nowadays that I've seen in other hobbies use. So you can get like
Might be a
something.
bit extreme, but also brass is dang sharp. So
Yeah, but it's cool. It's like
Or only work with flywheels and don't have to handle brass bridges at all.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it could work with new
Soldering
stuff, I
irons.
guess.
Uh, I just remember like I still have like PTSD from brass breeches from brass breech stampedes that never fully
Oh,
worked.
no.
It would eventually just it'd be a wad of brass in the front of the blaster because the breeches always didn't line up perfectly. And or
That's still like a nasty thing to try to do.
it's
I've seen a lot of attempts of brass breech stampedes and only one that was functional.
yeah.
Like all the time. The rest
Uh,
of them just sounded absolutely horrible.
Yeah, and I'll have to ask Gavin because the one that I saw was functional was on Nerf Mod Works from Singapore. With the old Trustfire battery pack, they cut it down to look like an SMG, and it was the I think he just got lucky. I think it was just the all the planets aligned just correctly, and the it just that was a perfect brass. That was the only good brass tubing in existence. It will never be made again. And he just had the perfect section, and it works beautifully. And then everyone's like, "Oh, that's so easy! I'm gonna do it." And then Clowney cuts his hands years later on a brass breech second
I'm
place
glad
Merge
that
Masters
brass
thing.
is a thing,
Yeah,
but I am so tired of the fact that it was like the softest metal that's easily deformed, and then is also the added benefit of subject to the discrepancies of the atmospheric pressures and heat and everything else. You wake up, try your brass breeches and your barrels at work, and then you put your blaster down and drink, and then go out in the field and it's not working all of a sudden
it's like, oh no,
because it's humid.
Mercury's in retrograde. The brass breech isn't gonna work now.
How any of them ever
Or,
worked at APOC? No idea.
or the gremlins in your wall got creative while you slept.
Exactly, just gnawing away, kicking at
Except
the
they're
breech.
snakes.
Yeah, good stuff. So I know you both of you have been around for a while. Not calling you old, but all of us in this channel, we've been in the hobby
No,
for.
but you are implying.
I'm implying. Look, I
We're
don't.
vintage.
Vintage, exactly. No, exactly.
No fair. That would make you worth more than me, dude. Because freaking export rare ob one like great triggers.
So you're just looking around. Oh wait, you have the limited edition Clowny? It's still in its original packaging? Crazy. Just Cloudy on the wall. How's it going?
I'm sure that packaging still fits.
But yes,
Slightly warped. Slightly warped Alexander.
yeah. You can't cut up an Alexander. What are you doing? It's like no. When I make him into a stock, it's gonna be great.
It's okay. It's okay. I got a red one at home, and I got
Exactly.
like two of them.
But
I assume you're going somewhere with your question.
Yeah, no, yeah.
It's
A
insane.
little
Yeah,
bit.
y'all are old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Old. Mic
Real
drop.
old.
Thanks
Walk
for
away.
that. Moving on.
Look, I'm in the same boat as most of you, so it's all of you. So, but yeah, the what is like with all the blasters? Because I'm just always curious. With all the blasters you've seen come and go and all that stuff, if you were just to magically get a handful of blasters to mod, what's like your dream mod? Like blaster wise integration. Now we wait to see who
Well,
talks
don't-
first.
No, go ahead. I'm gonna have to think. That's
I
your
had an
territory.
idea of making um integrating an Atlas and a rival charger and make a non-3D printed mag-fed rival P90 that was unobtainable due to those two not being released in the
Oh.
Nordics.
Okay.
And yes, until recently that was a pipe dream, but due to some friendly people with pricks or prickies,
Hmm.
that idea is actually kind of gonna happen now. So
Nice.
Nice. Very, very cool. So for you, Alec, it just wasn't available in your region. So you're looking at these. You have the idea, but now it's kind of coming together. It's interesting. So it's like you want to take
yeah,
rival blasters. Just it's like because you can't. You were told no rival blasters in your country. And he's like, no, I'm gonna do it. I want to do it.
That's not good enough.
yeah. Um, like uh, Prometheus is a blaster that's still $250 before shipping,
Ooh.
even inside Europe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, geez.
The people that actually imported them wants their money back. They
Yeah.
want a return on the investment.
Fair.
Yeah. It's.
So I'm kind of excited when I find a second-hand Nerf blaster that's not crap
Hmm.
for $20. That's a deal here. So,
Fair. Fair. Yeah, 'cause it's all essentially imported, so no matter what, there's always
yeah.
that bit of import tax, even if it's secondhand.
Jeez.
But if we're just stating something unobtainable, the pink Swarovski Halo rifle, I would do bad things to that one. Not shell-wise though, but I would probably shove a solenoid and sounds and upgraded motors and everything into that to make it
Cool.
really thing. But yeah, one in what was it? One in existence.
Oh yeah. That Halo rifle.
What's the meme? If I win at the lottery, there might be signs.
Fair. Fair. Yeah. All right. Cool.
I'm
Cool.
not going to tell anyone that there might be signs.
Yeah. Your designs might design.
Oh,
take
I
it.
understand that much.
What about you, Clowning? What's the what would be that kind of wishful thinking dream thing? Get your hands on anything.
There's more or less things that I kind of wish I would have modded.
Hmm.
Like I always kind of wanted to do a Doomsayer.
Oh yeah.
I owned one for a little while, but it wasn't. I didn't have the skills, time, or whereabouts to get into it.
Yeah.
EAS is another one. I own two of those. but I have yet to crack open their shells. There's also a blaster I wish I would have bought at the time because I can't remember who it was back in the day was selling those things, and he had put venom parts inside of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I had a chance to buy one at a war, and my stomping grounds used to be Jersey. Used to drive out there, and I didn't pick it up, and I kind of wish, like, I walked away, and I kept thinking, I think I just screwed up.
Yeah.
Turns out I did. Yeah, you
It haunts
know.
you to this day.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah, well,
And-
it's one of
Venom
those
stuff,
things.
I
It's
forgot
like
about that.
Griever's Panty Raider. Griever owns a Panty Raider. It's one of the. It's it's like he don't know how he got it. He was gonna cut it up, but I'm like, yeah, I'm like, there's like a 50-50 chance that you don't want to cut that up. That might be something that's one of the it was like an old one built by somebody. My that part of the oral history has disappeared over the years.
yeah.
Need to revise all of that
Yeah.
into a book at some point, I guess.
The great old ones.
The
of
one
Nerf.
that got away.
Well,
my builds tend to go towards strange things.
yeah.
Currently, I'm trying to figure out how to build a junker cannon, I guess.
Okay.
I think that needs an explanation.
I have a bunch of random objects that I would like to yeet, I think, as the kids say, towards people in the field. Things I can just kind of shunt down the barrel and just have enough pressure to pop it without, even if it makes it like 20 feet. I bought a ton of squishy eyeballs just for the occasion. They're like a good diameter. I always thought it would be pretty funny to lob one of those across the field.
Who shoots someone with an eye?
You can take an eye out with that.
Oh, it's okay. I got an extra one. It not belong to me, but it is in my possession. Yeah. Yeah. So okay.
The name clown is the beholder.
So yeah. So you
Definitely.
just want some of the older stuff to kind of get back into. Like I tried to Doomsayer as well way back when. It was a nightmare. But yeah. But I mean that kind of leads. I mean you already started talking about it a bit, like what you want to do. It kind of goes in the next thing of what's the next mod? What's the next project?
Just one?
Currently, I've been on a pile of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like me and Prickly have been working over and over, like over the videos, doing stuff with his. If nobody's paying attention to it, which is really sad, his double Panther barrel 3S lipo
Yeah.
freaking pumped
brushless
shotgun he's got going on. I
Foghorn
think he's
Leghorn.
done too good of a. I like that name. my favorite. My favorite character, dude. Got to convince him into like letting me paint that on the side of it for him.
Yeah.
I honestly
convince him,
think
just
he's
tell him.
done too good of a job.
Just say I'm going to paint this on the side. You don't get a say in it. If you're here, Prickly, you don't get a say in it. Bounty's going to paint Foghorn Leghorn on
I do have his address. I guess I could show up. What's he gonna do?
Exactly. What's he get?
If I sit down, he's not gonna get me out of the way.
Well, there's a strange clown man in my living room now painting this blaster. I mean, I guess I just got to offer a pizza
sound like
until he's done.
It does sound like a full makeup gig.
Please take photos.
Imagine the conversation with 911.
There's a strange little man in my home, dressed like a clown, and he's taking my toys.
Yes, yes, sir. Whatever. We're
Can I
aware.
get a copy of the 911 call? I want to hear them laughing.
Sir, this is emergency line.
Yeah, exactly.
Hang up. Stop playing games.
Lay off the boss.
Yeah, it's like see, it's a. I mean, it's like how much credibility would Prickly have? He has warehouses full of Nerf blasters. It's like, oh, this man is warehouse for
Oh,
Nerf blasters.
totally. I've even taken now storing his Nerf blasters at this point.
He's becoming like the new international secondhand arms dealer of the Nerf hobby.
He's just a thrift hustler.
Yeah.
I thought Vile had a
He
big
does
collection.
have amazing luck.
He does. It's like
Must be a good area he shops in.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like
Or a lot of kids with broken toy sets.
yeah. I mean,
I think he has a territory like a puma or something. It's just a lot larger than you think it's going to be. He just prowls it all the time.
It's like 4 states. He spends, 10, 20 hours a weekend just driving, going to the different Goodwills.
Well, he is over there where the states are smaller, I believe. So
yeah.
it does make it a lot easier.
I'm
Yeah,
just picturing the car from Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and Prickly is talking to himself, driving around.
He's not talking to
Great
he's
picture,
talking to a
too.
Nerf blaster that he buckled up to the front seat.
We're gonna get friends on these, eh?
Driving down the road, swatting Mavericks out of the air.
It's Maverick Country.
Mavericks!
Yeah, so kind of keep going in with that. So yeah, well, actually, neither of you answered. The next, so you said you're working on your next mod, Clowny, is like you're working with Prickly on that on the Panthers.
I'm just plugging him more or less.
Yeah.
I think he's done too good of a job on
Hmm.
that, and the people don't realize how much work went into it.
It was a
We'll
lot.
see that when he gets his video up and up. But
Yeah.
I've been, like I said, I have been doing stuff over video with him. I'm
Nice.
trying to branch into like doing an actual video open thing with other people, so
Oh, cool.
we can all mod and have fun. That's just I haven't completely put my brain on that yet, though. But I've been doing a lot of revolvers and pistols, and
The joy of modding.
the Busby pirate thing right now is is becoming something that every time I think I put it down, I picked something else up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
And
it's-
one particular vagabond build that's been off and on for more than a year at this point because I keep losing small parts and having to find them again.
Oof. That's yeah.
Or the plastic is miserable and it doesn't like to glue, so I have to find
weird.
replacements.
Yeah, it's that. I mean, I think
Fortnite.
yeah, the that generation of from that generation onwards, it was just you're getting some of the bad plastic.
Yeah, that's
And-
frustrating stuff.
Yeah, it's a shame because it was still like 10 years ago, but that's just when it started. So that's a tear of bad plastic.
All those Fortnite blasters, and then everything from that era is covered in that. No usable shell parts at all.
No.
Even some of the priming mechanisms on the exterior are unable to be repurposed.
Yeah.
Then if not, it's covered. The parts that cover it go in deep into it, like a mastodon mega.
Yeah, no, and then it's also like that time. That's when they started the plastic springs as well. It was just like, ugh,
Oh, geez, yeah.
hurts me. Yeah,
Playing obsolescence.
yeah. So yeah, but Alec, did you? What would be like? What's the? You said this one. So you're still working on the
No, just one.
hmm? Just one?
I'm juggling about 3 projects at once.
Oh, good. Yeah. So well, okay.
Ah.
Then what? Yeah. What are you juggling?
Um, the so-called limousine demolisher,
Oh yeah.
uh,
Ah.
uh, elongated demolisher with an underslung magnet in place of the launcher, with a Centurion back part and miscellaneous other parts.
Yeah.
Um, it's the one where I wrapped the demolisher hand grip around the magnet slide.
Ah.
Oh, that's right.
Uh,
Oh, I didn't realize it was all part of the same blaster. I remember
yeah,
the demolisher grip going around the Magnus part. It seemed like that was before Merge Masters. That really like the end of last year? Has it been that long? Or am I just
uh,
terrible at telling time?
no, not wrong. Um, that build is, I would say, close to 2 years old.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Yeah, I've probably
Yeah,
seen
I
in it a
have
few
built
times.
that is almost as old as my kids. So, um,
Fair, fair.
but I have that, and I have my Raven rifle,
Mm,
and plans for the
there we are.
pre-mentioned charger
Hmm.
Atlas integration.
Hmm.
Cool, cool.
Yeah. Very nice. See if this will work. For some reason.
There we are.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You got that's the one that we were talking about, changing the linkage or the trigger linkage to. That's right.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I remember.
but
I just remember the
also
context of.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to find, I'm looking for it as well. I used on the pump grip, so to say. I'm filed and sanded and cut down inside the hand grip just to be able to wrap it around
Mm,
uh, the magnet slide instead of using something 3D printed.
Hmm.
yeah.
Because I've decided to try as much as I can to not use 3D printed parts.
I commend that.
So
You can see maybe see a lot.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's always amusing using the not 3D printed. I'm lazy, so and I have a 3D printer, so
not
let's go.
lazy.
And I hate being a stickler for like the competition and stuff on like let's try to minimize 3D printed parts, but at the same time, the level of creativity that you get in the course of trying to avoid that, you get something cooler than if you would even cooler than if you just did a printed part to begin with.
Yeah.
And so I think that part's kind of worth it. This thing would leave me alone. Stop it. Go away.
Take the shot. Take the
Oh
shot.
look. There it is.
But yeah, yeah, no, it's always amusing. Like just yeah, the scene like the ingenuity of because you're not using 3D printing what you're coming up with
Yeah.
and what's kind of what's happening and stuff. It's the thing I'd love to see if at some point we were able to like lock 10 to 15 nerfers in a warehouse for like a weekend with a bunch of tools and parts and we just go make something
Make it
and
cool.
make it cool or you know or you don't get to leave.
Or Squid Games.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah. Allegedly.
That doesn't work that way. You get all of us together, all we ever do is talk.
Exactly. Nothing got done.
It's the hardest thing to get nerfers to do is actually nerf.
Everyone's just swapping
Good
stories.
point.
Well, there's just cattle prods or something.
You know how I got these cars?
Exactly.
I'm Rats Rich.
Yeah. So then kind of keep going. Well, actually, so on the point of like kind of not 3D printing and stuff, so I asked the third place winners, I'll ask you guys this. In the hobby right now, and obviously we have our online third party sellers and all that stuff that are, trying to cater to the hobby, do different things. What's something that's not in like the online Nerf space, that retail wise, that you would like to see? Whether it's a tool, it's parts that just, or something that's just easy to get to.
Biodegradable ammo.
Ooh.
Yeah. No, there's lots of people working on that.
Biodegradable ammo.
Or at least people that say they are.
Yeah.
I remember packing peanut darts.
The old packing peanut
Well,
shotgun.
technically, I was gonna make a joke about everything is edible at least once.
Yeah.
Well, they make some
Fair.
out of cornstarch, and they technically are edible.
Yeah.
I've edibled them on more than one occasion,
Mhm.
but they are definitely not what I would consider for. Although being made out of corn product, they are not as superior as like flakes or pops or anything like that. So
Fair.
Caster, look in the winner circle thread. I found
Oh, nice.
my post about the Magnus hand slide.
Yeah, I'll throw that up on screen. But yeah, so biodegradable darts
There
from
we
you.
are. Yeah.
And what about you, Clowny? What would you like to see?
huh. I really don't know. I mean, like, it's kind of an odd question. I think, because
I'm an odd person.
like well, yeah. See, when I started this like we got what we wanted. You know,
Mm.
like, wouldn't it be cool to go to the store and buy a blaster ready to go? Wouldn't it be cool to go buy darts and not have to be up till 6 a.m. and have your friends swap while you're driving? You wouldn't have to get a power inverter to put your hot glue gun in the car so you can make darts on the way to the war. Which is a joke, but also a true story.
Very true. Yeah.
Kids these days don't know how good they got it.
Stop going
Yeah,
over
like,
all the potholes. I
Still,
gotta make
we
this
have
glue
people
dome.
modding pro blasters.
We had barrels to swap and hoppers to figure out, and the biggest problem was where could you get a Y for your hopper,
Yeah.
And then 3D printing came along and they were like, we can make Y hoppers, and it just I don't like I guess like the death of a 3D printing in the hobby to replace it with the rise of CNCing or molding instead,
Mm.
so we can get blasters that are more thermically stable.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, that's fair. It's all.
Or maybe just Hasbro deciding to stick their nose into the game and just admitting we exist.
Nah, nah, they don't do that.
Yeah, and if pigs fly out of the bottom of me, we're gonna have free bacon forever.
Ugh.
Oh yeah, there's a really good story of way back in the day when the pictures of the new generation stuff past Maverick was getting released, that Hasbro lawyers showed up at one of our hobbyist door stops trying to cease and desist,
That-
sue
that-
him into
was it-
scaring
That
him.
was
Was that the
Pocket,
Raven?
wasn't it? Urban Tigers,
It
right?
may have been. I think so. Maybe. All I can remember is it ends with him, like being like they thought he had like some kind of inside gig or he was sneaking into him, and he's like, I'm just finding these online, and it ends up with him showing the lawyers like this dude with an internet like a video
Yeah.
like wearing a mask or something, like playing with the blasters, you know. It's like he's
Or
like, this information is out there. You're scary. You're trying to scare the wrong person.
Yeah.
in the age of N-Strike, when people got the Nerf game for the Wii had
Oh yeah.
a
Oh.
blaster that allegedly inspired the Stampede.
Mm.
And when
Oh, so many of those things.
the first pics of the Stampede were leaked or released, however it went,
Mhm.
and it was those pre-2010 YouTube videos with stock music, and oh my God, it's real! And all those kids got very disappointed because it wasn't Select Fire or whatever it was. The
Yeah.
blaster in the game that they couldn't behave according to the laws of physics in real life, and then they were disappointed over the Stampede
Oh yeah.
when
Like,
it was
Still have
new.
Jeez.
It's like, what do you mean this doesn't function like a video game?
I think
Uh.
any of those blasters from that video game being produced in real life would have been amazing.
Oh
Those
yeah.
things
yeah.
were so cool.
Oh, just really killer designs. Some of them a bit outlandish and like impractical, but man, good looking. Good looking.
Oh my God, right? Or maybe like if they would have gone ahead with the Western motif instead of the digging, like double and tripling down on the heavy zombie thing that they did.
Yeah.
Zombie strike.
I mean, that was the only. That's the
Yeah.
only thing they saw. It's like, oh, humans versus zombies is a thing. And then now zombies are coming back in mainstream media. So let's push
Just
that.
totally jumped the shark. Yeah.
And then
I
there's
tried to find the pictures of it for Prickly, but there's some pictures of the prototypes, hammer shots that were made, and they are
From like that-
I think it was from the Drac visit to the Hasbro labs, like the first one he did when he went in the oh God, in that giant mega blaster.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was with the rifle, the big rifle.
Yeah.
Breech loading rifle,
breach,
whatever it was. Yeah, he had pictures of prototypes or something somebody did, and the prototype blasters were far cooler than the
100%.
zombie strike ones that we got.
Yeah.
Because they delved into the steampunk era of it, and they pivoted because Walking Dead came out, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It made it weird. It's like they made weird stuff, which was awesome, and then they went like, no, this is too different. We got to make it normal. I found I threw it in chat. The Urban Tag. So it was Urban Tigers, for the lawyers that came, and I found the old blog Pocket. I don't know where you are now, Pocket, but love you, man, wherever you are.
Was that the Raven leak or was that before
Yeah, it was
that?
a
'Cause I know
Raven.
it seemed like
That was
there's
a Raven.
Yeah.
They offered him stuff. They got his address. No, Pinpoint Site. Pinpoint Site.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. And
I found the fictional blaster that everybody wanted the Stampede to be the Spartan NCS-12.
oh yeah.
12 round capacity, rate of fire 9.1 darts per second triple burst.
Ah,
Power 65. I guess it's
Seems
65
slow
FPS.
nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna be outperformed by a jolt.
Yeah, no, it's crazy of like what we wanted back then, and then what we have now. It's like, yeah, we've outperformed a lot of the like those type of performance things, and keep striving. But that's why. Yeah, when Cloudy was saying, "Oh, we've gotten everything we want," it's always you always strive for perfection. Always be a little bit greedy. And okay, cool. We got everything we want. Now, what do we want? It's don't make it a huge thing, but don't drive yourself crazy with it. But never stop striving, because otherwise you hit stagnation, and stagnation is what kills.
Yeah. There's a quote. I think it goes along the lines of the cost of getting what you want is the price of getting what you want is the cost of getting what you want.
Yeah,
Well, once you've gotten it, then what?
exactly.
yeah, you're not striving, you're not reaching, you're not
Yeah.
pushing it as much.
Yeah, you get
Yeah.
the next thing.
And if you kids don't believe me, how many different clones of bolt or pumping action blasters do we need of the same thing? We have the same blasters being produced again and again, and they break down in the same way with the same breaches. Okay.
Yeah,
All we ever wanted was a good competition level pump action Springer, and now that's all we get. And now people say, "What, another one?"
no,
It's
yeah.
like, well,
Yeah,
that's what you wanted. That's what everybody wanted. And now that's not good enough for you. What do you want?
Yeah.
Or the Rebel line with everything was bows. Only bows.
I like
Everyone was forced to be Katniss Everdeen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Divergent and Katniss killed that line pretty fast. Ugh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's the Zuru is now kind of it's not the Rebel Line 2.0, but it is the Rebel Line 2.0.
No.
What's the
Didn't they already try doing Girl Blaster?
the blaster cord line. It's a line. It's not even it's not even one blaster.
Yeah, but before they started making the modern extra blasters, when they they were so fixated on half Nerf blaster, half water gun,
Oh yeah.
or it had to shoot a Nerf dart and a foam disc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They briefly released multiple of the regular blasters molded in pink plastic, matte pink plastic. So there is a extra micro, for example, that is molded in pink.
Huh.
And I wonder how many has found them and just, oh, an extra micro, and thrown away and didn't think about it. This might get rare someday.
Yeah.
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 So,
I do feel that the blaster corn line is maybe aimed at more of an adult male.
I did buy one. I did buy one.
Like I don't like my niece took a look at it and she's in that range and she's like, oh, that's pretty cool, but like I know more guys that and unfortunately including myself that probably watched more than one episode of Friendship is Magic than they needed to in their lifetime.
I can't get out the
There are a lot
Easter
of
egg weapon from Raid.
John
One of the Red
Delancey.
Faction games.
What was that, Alec?
One of the Red Faction games had an Easter egg weapon, Mr. Toots. It was a sentient unicorn you slung over your shoulder and lifted its tail and it parted rainbows at the enemy.
Yeah.
That is everything I see when I see the Blastercorn
Circle it.
line.
But the wings flap when you pull the
Like you hear
trigger.
his tail gribble. Pocket sand. You know?
Yeah. But it was Blaster Arms saying it's not competing with the Rebel. Yeah, Blaster Arms doesn't agree with you too. It's just going for their brony appeal. It's just fair, I guess. I'm still gonna try to put
Yeah,
flywheels and a
market.
solenoid in it, and then see if I can make it mag fed.
X-Shot Girl or the X-Shot Pink series. Available 2013 to 2014.
Oh yeah, they tried. X-Shot
Yeah.
tried a lot of things. That was like for a long time. That was just kind of like the de facto tagline of X-Shot. It's like, well, they tried. Wasn't great, but now it's just like,
Only 2 confirmed blasters.
yeah. But yeah, but that nowadays X-Shot's just like,
Oh,
we got the
geez.
we got the AAB, we got it's like X-Shot. What happened? It's just there.
I've
X-Shot
always
finally
liked
grew up.
their
Hmm?
stuff. They did a lot of weird things, but they like you could tell they were trying.
Yeah.
They weren't just blindly throwing stuff at the market. I mean, well, at mass, you know,
Mm-hmm.
they were trying different things and they were hitting on stuff, and then they, I don't know. I like their 6-shot whatever it is pistol that they keep revisiting. That thing did not get the love that it needed. It was capable of taking heavy springs, and it shot far better than any other pistol off on the market, like of its type at the time.
Yeah.
But because it was like, $15 cheaper than the name brand, it just sat on the shelf,
Yeah.
even though it was in a 2-pack.
Yeah. I mean the blaster, the plastic of it was a bit weaker, but yeah, it was still a great blaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kan du sänka din röst? Tack, jag försöker sova.
Oh.
Mhm.
Oh crap. The wife is complaining I'm too loud.
Uh
He's
Uh-oh.
trying to sleep.
oh. Actually,
He's
all right.
trying to sleep.
Well, we'll wrap this up shortly. So we'll try to. But yeah, so the I just one thing I wanted to touch on really quick, was the you mentioned biodegradable darts, and one thing I asked around when I went to Armageddon, I have been kind of poking around the internet, is there a dart that you wish was? Actually, I'm not even gonna do that because I'm gonna completely load the deck per se. Mega XL. Would you want to see that come back, or would you want to? I know Nathan would. Vortex. Okay. You want to see Vortex come back? Is that just? Is there any reason in particular?
Just because the bounciness or ricocheting.
Fair. Bit
Everything else has been either bigger projectile as Elite, Mega XL, or Rocket. Vortex, I guess, Rival and Ultra kinda was something else that behaved differently. But Vortex was and still behaves uniquely.
Yeah. Fair enough. So you just want to see some more uniqueness and like firing and actual like the
Yeah, like using a molded nitron and just go shooting an arc of small frisbees.
Yeah. The cloud
It,
of discs.
yeah,
Boom nitrons.
it's an
Yeah.
ammo type that doesn't have to be pinpoint accurate
Mm.
from how it behaves. You can just basically throw a palm of them at your enemy, and
Yeah. Accuracy through volume,
yeah,
which is I can always get behind that.
Well, they got that with the rival. That's
Yeah.
accuracy through volume.
Yeah.
As I look to my left and I see my 7 nemesises, yep, I completely agree. They got that with the rivals.
7 deadly nemesis. Well, nemesis.
Nemesis, Moose, Meese.
Let me see.
Yeah. But yeah, so Cloudy, what about you? Dart wise. Do you want to see anything come back or anything different?
I don't know why they dropped rival so much. Like I mean, I'm sure like there was some reason I'm just missing, but I thought that was a line that was actually doing or holding up pretty good,
Hmm.
even for the regular Hasbro ridiculousness that they throw at things.
Hmm.
It seemed to be pretty good,
Yeah.
and it seemed like that would be something you'd further develop into the professional end of nerfing with the dart leagues and that and the places they attempted to open. You think rival would pull into that further because I don't know, it seemed like a bridging thing.
Yeah.
Not that I not that the Mega XL. I wouldn't want the girth darts to go away, but they're like more or less rockets, you
Yeah.
know. So they're gonna just show up as rockets.
Yeah.
And if they didn't go away, I wouldn't have like 800 of them stopped from ollies. So,
True.
and that's honestly like a consecutive a a, a low estimate probably.
Fair. Yeah. But
Yeah,
no,
the
I agree with the
rival would have been nice.
yeah, I mean the quote unquote conspiracy theory with rival is that the rival ammo type lasted so much longer than a normal dart that they weren't making as much money on ammo sales. I mean, it's pure conspiracy theory, but that's
Well, I almost
No,
wonder
I
if the
I
ammo was so
agree with
expensive
that
that
entirely.
that but there's so many manufacturers producing a cheaper variety that I wonder if they couldn't keep up.
yeah, true.
I
Because
remember the
rival ammo
rival
was
ammo
dumb,
sitting
dumb
on the
expensive.
shelves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It
I
was
think
like I remember one clearance items when I used to work at I worked at the Big Blue Scourge. It did not move as well
Hmm.
as other things did, and I can see that on the durability, which is probably why they came out with the Ultra Dart because those
To
nah,
compensate.
styrofoam. We sold a whole lot of those styrofoam coolers from the departments. They didn't hold up very well. So
Yeah.
I mean, if you get them out of, I'm all for retailing conspiracies. I worked a lifetime of it, and
Yeah.
people are like, oh, that's crazy. They don't do that. Yes, they do.
Yeah.
They do it, and it started with the light bulb. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look up planned obsolescence light bulb.
Or
And
look up the
you
original light bulb that's still working till today.
yeah, for God's sake.
Uh,
uh,
They changed the
oh,
camera before they changed the light bulb.
yeah.
I kind of also think that Nerf dropped Rival kind of begrudgingly when everyone else started going making pro blasters. instead of trying to copy Rival, and they suddenly Nerf had to jump onto what everyone else was doing instead of the other way around.
Fair, fair. So
And
it just
Pro
put that.
Blasters using short arcs suddenly became the performance norm
Yeah.
instead of a Rival Blaster.
Yeah, because
Sure.
Rival was kind of originally intended to be their, competitive and high level and all that. So
Yeah, the
Before all
paintball.
the kids.
Yeah. I'd love to see Rival in the dart leagues and the competitive space, and
yeah, I miss Rival.
I know. I mean, I still have Rival. I'm.
Like,
I would love to
Rival is
see
prominent.
in a competitive league. I would love to see a team only using vintage blasters,
It's just
like a
Mavericks.
95 crossbow with the OG ammo or a handmade plunge tube or something like that. With ammo that's no longer commercially
Yeah.
available or ammo you have to make.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I would absolutely love seeing somebody go out there and fielding a bunch of, oversized uh, dart foam from blasters that are creaky and squeaky and you know, just go out there and take
Doomslayer.
your creaky, uncomfortable shell that
Yeah.
you want to pay all that money for and go out there and play with it. Be my guest.
Uh.
Team
Yeah.
Doomslayer or Team Lock and Load. Only CPC preaches.
You find Forsaken Angel, whatever
Uh,
gym he's at currently. Get him back. I mean, he's not gonna be fast because
Nerm.
he was professional bodybuilder. At least he was. I assume he still is. But
I thought he did something like lumberjacking or ate trees or something like that for a living.
he just did that as a hobby.
Like,
You in 13.
You had 13 as
oh,
Batman. He comes
I
back in his
actually
Batman
ran into
outfit.
him.
Really?
I ran into him at APOC a couple of years ago.
Really?
Yeah, it was so bizarre. He looks exactly like he did,
Mm-hmm.
taller with like a 16-year-old mustache. Not like a 16 years worth of growth, but like I shouldn't have a driver's license yet mustache.
Yep.
You know? It was really weird.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Did he wear the Batman outfit?
No, like he was the first person I came across. And nice dig, by the way. He was the first person I went all fandom on. So he showed up at a war, and long story short, I made a complete ass out of myself
Nice.
with him in the Swarmapede that he had at the time, which I did get to play with, which was a lot of fun.
Hmm.
But then they got like probably one too many photos with me
Yeah.
and him.
Yep.
So
Hey. That's all good. I'm just, yeah. It's always this thing. It's like I always wonder what happened to some of the people. It's like you did something and then you just went away. It's like where are you now? It's like there was a young kid who made videos for a while with really, really jarring jump cuts, Earthne, and he's now a Olympian cyclist. And
Wow.
it's just, yeah, it's just like weird. Okay.
All right.
You do you. Or like I don't know what Psych's doing recently, but like was like a professional DJ for like some really high end events and also a professional
Yeah.
breakdancer. And yeah, it's
Tommy. Wasn't he from the Psych too?
what was that?
Tommy.
Clowny?
what about me?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Did we lose him?
Hello.
No? He's still there.
Hello?
Sorry, it's just the audio got broken up a little bit. Wait, you don't like my tinfoil hat, Captain Shotgun? We were talking about conspiracies. Oh, did we lose
That's how
everyone?
they get you through your head.
Yeah.
The easiest way to stop them is if you have Captain Shotgun. If you have, they beam the stuff into your head. Tinfoil stops it. The transmissions come out if you ever have any fillings. The transmissions come out, so you have to bite down on foil in order to stop the transmissions from coming out. But only they only can hear you if you have fillings. So if you have fillings, chewing foil stops that. Just don't swallow.
Merge Masters cannot condone this clown. Cannot. Do you remember that tinfoil is toxic?
Oh yeah.
Prolonged exposure to the clown may have adverse side effects.
It has been said, do not listen to the stuff that I tell people to do. To be honest, I just wanted to see Captain Shotgun get shocked from chewing if he had any fillings. Kids don't know that. It's like when you tell them to if a 9-volt battery's bad to test it, they just look at you. You know? There's a way to test that.
Yeah. 9 volts. Going back.
That's another conspiracy theory. You only work in one object in your house.
Yeah. Well, one object at a time. But yeah, so
Your smoke detector is the only reason that they exist anymore.
so wrapping things up a little bit, because I know it's late for Alec, and we appreciate you for staying for staying up, and we apologize to your wife for waking her up.
The cat has started complaining too.
Thank you, cat.
Hello, cat.
But Primate, you don't kidnap the ducks; they're free.
I'm just försöka ha små bokstäver nu.
Okay.
Ducks are supposed to be borrowed. I think that's what we decided.
Exactly, you borrow them.
I couldn't get you to stop stealing ducks, and so if you just put them back when you're done, then I'll leave it alone.
Universal ducks.
Yeah, universal ducks. But
that's the next campaign slogan.
Yeah.
Everybody a duck and duck for everybody.
Merge Masters 2026.
Now that we're wrapping
with
things
more
up.
ducks. But yeah, so just you guys mentioned projects and stuff or anything. Do you want to plug anything? Do you want to shout out anyone? Yeah, plug socials, shout out stuff. What plans for the future? What's your hopes? What's your dreams? No.
Oh.
I'm not gonna wake up to a frying pan in the face tomorrow morning. Angry wife.
Yeah.
I guess shout out to you two guys for putting this on. I mean, I guess, what the heck? Might as well throw you a bone. You know?
How dare
Thanks for being so gracious. No. Yeah, but seriously, thank you for putting this kind of stuff on. It's an old, as Castor pointed out, an old guy like me. It's nice to see that we still get, a chance to get some attention that, that we don't necessarily have to, have the skills of the new people to do things. But
yeah, you have skills. I mean, yeah, everyone has a little bit different skills, but you guys have very big artistic skills, so you can't sell yourself short.
Definitely.
Yeah, no, it's.
I think you may have mispronounced the word with that, but we'll go with it.
We appreciate you guys playing along. I mean, we can try to host a thing, but if nobody shows up, then it doesn't do anybody any good. So.
Yeah.
This sounds like any war that I've ever tried to set up myself. Then
done that a time or two.
How many crudité trays do you need for people not to show up? I can give you an answer.
Fair enough. But yeah, so And I guess words of wisdom from Alec is don't anger your wife at 2:00, 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. On that time of the month.
Ooh. Oof.
Sorry about that.
Ooh, yeah.
Oof. Oof.
Yeah. Happy wife,
Anyway.
happy life.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then all right, so you the shout out. And yeah, well, thank you guys for coming. Thanks for the shout outs and stuff, and thanks for making awesome blasters.
Definitely.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess we will until next time. We will
Which, speaking of which, next time will be slightly delayed.
Oh yeah,
uh,
yeah.
2 weeks out is when we would be streaming, but that is End War weekend, and I'm probably going to be still heavily medicated after surgery, so we're going to give it 3 weeks, and then we will be talking to our first place Merge Masters winners for this year's event. So it'll take a little bit longer to get here, but it should be a good old time, and there should be some pretty cool stuff talked about. So until then,
Yep. Until then,
catchphrase.
catchphrase.